What is up, everybody? I am going to be talking about tarot, astrology, and palmistry, and the difference between all three. So this video was actually inspired by my brother, who asked me what the difference between two out of the three, I don't remember which two it was, because this was a while ago, he asked me. I think it was tarot and astrology. And I figured I'd include palmistry as well because I get that question pretty often too. So if you guys have watched some of my other witchy videos or my first palmistry video, you'll know that I was actually into palmistry before tarot, and I was really into palmistry more than astrology in the beginning as well. And if you guys have seen my channel, you know I'm super into all different cultures, forms of astrology. So that's why I want to just clear the air, talk about all three, and explain the difference. And if you're wondering which one I like the best, I cannot pick a favorite, okay? I was debating in my head which one's my favorite. Is it palmistry, astrology, tarot? Well, which one's my least favorite? Tarot, palmistry, astrology? Like, it totally depends on the day. It depends how you're feeling. And I want to say that all three of these tools are great for a lot. So, the similarities. Tarot and palmistry are used by psychics in psychic readings. And some psychics look into astrology too, but most psychics really only know, like, sun signs for Western astrology. I don't know why I'm feeling the need to shuffle my deck right now, but I guess it's kind of a soothing mechanism for me. This was one of my first decks. This is like the original Rider-Waite. Wow. Yeah, you guys can kind of see, these are my oracle decks, and then you can't see my tarot decks. They're over here. But I have a lot of decks, and I started off with just one. I started off with this one right here. And I'm going to do a video soon just explaining how to use playing card, like a regular playing card deck, as tarot cards, because that's what I used first, and then I got this deck, and I used just only this deck for over a year, and then I got these two, which, if you guys know me, you guys already knew that. But anyways, so psychics will either just use their intuition, or they usually like to look at just the basic lines on your palm, maybe children or marriage lines too, to kind of tell you about yourself. And then they like to use tarot cards. So when I went to a psychic, I've only been to one psychic. I've gone to her 3 times, and her shop's closed now, so I haven't seen her in years. But I was really iffy on the tarot. I was like, I don't want a tarot reading, I just want a palm reading, and an intuitive psychic medium reading. Don't want to get into the cards, and now I have like 20 card decks. So the reason I like tarot, most days it's my least favorite out of these 3. Most days. But it's good because some days you feel like you want to shuffle your deck. You feel like you want to pull some cards. You feel like there might be a message that can be sparked through the cards, through these cards flying out, whichever one like flies out when you're shuffling, whenever you feel like the deck's shuffled and you're pulling a bunch off the top, that can spark an intuitive message. Yeah, that's what tarot's for. It's really for sparking intuitive messages, because if you see King of Pentacles, you can interpret that for yourself once you know kind of what that means. Palmistry and astrology are similar in the way that it's what you entered this life with, you know, on your non-dominant hand for palmistry. And your astrological birth chart is what you entered this life with. Tarot, you can't, it's not a definitive, look at this and it'll tell you this. It's different every time you do it, right? So palmistry is kind of the middle between the two. In astrology, you can use in all 3. Obviously, astrology is astrology, but you use it in palmistry because, you know, we have the mount of Venus and the mount of the moon, and all these spots on your hand rule certain planets rule these spots on your hand. So once you know the astrological meaning and interpretation of the theme of it, the archetype of those planets in astrology, then you can interpret those spots on your hand. Also, you can use astrology and tarot. Like I have, where's my astrology deck? Right here. You guys have all, if you've seen my other videos, you've probably seen, my astrology deck. So you can get oracle decks which have like Mercury and like things like this, Sun, I'm looking, yeah, the 8th house, things like that on it. So you can use astrology in all 3 of these, but mainly obviously astrology and palmistry, because you can make anything into oracle cards. You can have a Harry Potter deck, which I would love to make one day. Please don't go stealing my idea. I came up with that years ago. Anyways, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the difference between them. Palmistry and astrology are similar in the way that it is kind of like a blueprint for your life, and it also deals with like past and then future and present. In astrology, it's like that, but then also the different forms, like this little pamphlet right here, it just has like Western, Vedic, Chinese, and Celtic on it, just like 4 forms, which it's an amazing thing. That's why I got it years ago. But yeah, for Vedic and Draconic, well, Vedic is more of like recent past life themes and archetypes and your zodiac signs. And then Draconic astrology, I feel like, goes kind of even further back, all of your lives combined, kind of this is your overall theme. And then Western is like this life, kind of. You're more ego-based. That's how I like to interpret astrology. So I hope that kind of answered any questions on what's the difference between them. They're all very different. And I guess just misconceptions. Like if you're like, I'm confused on all these different forms of astrology, I have like a nice learning astrology playlist. I'll leave the link to my learning astrology playlist. I'm playing with my cards right now, I don't know why. My learning astrology playlist, my learning tarot playlist, and my learning palmistry playlist, as well as like my witchy playlist, which has some tarot and palmistry in it, but also just other witchy things like intuition and the different psychic senses and like the spectrum of intuition, and how to sage a house and cool things like that. But oh yeah, I'm here in my little witchy corner. I don't have like a big witchy room yet. Right now it's just a witchy corner, but I love it. This is my little sanctuary right here. Thinking if there's anything else I want to say, you know, like yeah, astrology is used in palmistry. It can be used in tarot, and like my first deck right here, you guys know this if you know me, but it's not like 4 of swords, it's 4 of air, okay, because it's like elemental, so I love it. Like the first card, it's not the Fool, it's like the Clown, but really the difference, it's with the Father of Earth instead of like the King of Pentacles, so I love that. I think I answered the question of what's the difference between these things and just like what are they. And if you guys have any more questions on this topic, please let me know down in the comments. Let me know other videos you would like me to do, different topics you'd like. Do you like this witchy stuff? Do you like more alien ET stuff? Do you like more eco-friendly stuff? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time I do a video. Love and light, and the hybrid children are coming soon.